easily 3 and 6 star every single builder hall in the Builder Base Bonanza challenge. All 9 of these challenges showcase the new troop abilities at every builder hall level. So this tutorial is going to go through every single builder hall and how you can easily 3 and 6 star them for all of those great free rewards, including a free hero skin. And of course, if you want to see some more Builder Hall strategy guides from yours truly, I actually have a small percentage of you guys who are actually subscribed to the channel. So I would heavily recommend subscribing and ringing the bell so you don't miss any content on Builder Base and Home Village attack strategies and guides. So let's start with the Builder Hall 2 challenge. Now keep in mind that we're only able to get bronze stars between Builder Hall 2 and Builder Hall 5. While the Builder Hall 6 to Builder Hall 10 challenges are both bronze stars and silver stars. For this Builder Hall 2 challenge, we have Rage Barbarians and Sneaky Archers. For the Rage Barbarians, select them and let them go towards the barracks. What you want them to do is distract all the defenses for your archers to then pick off the cannons. 1 archer on the regular cannon and 2 archers on the double cannon. This is more than likely going to let you remove both cannons and have all 3 archers remain. As long as you have that happen, the barbarians could die off, and this allows your archers to remove the archer tower, which shouldn't do as much damage to them and will land you a very easy 3 star. Now for the Builder Hall 3 challenge, it's going to be a little bit more daunting. Drop in 1 sneaky archer on top of the target. This is going to remove the firecracker. Now on the other side, drop in another archer on the target, on the topmost target, to remove and activate the Tesla. Otherwise, you could also use it to make sure you're guaranteed the firecracker. Otherwise, it's completely fine because you can then use the giant by the torches. You want to make sure that the giant locks onto the archer tower so it gets taken down in one shot. Then place all your minions between the 2 targets on the left to remove the Tesla, and that should allow you to easily get the 3 star. All these other buildings here are ground targeting defenses. The minions can just quickly speed through, get all the percentage, and get the bronze stars that you need for a simple 3 star. Now, the Builder Hall 4 challenge is going to be a little bit tougher. You're going to use 1 of your archers to go ahead and remove a couple of the army camps. This is just going to be creating the funnel. You want to deploy a bomber and a giant and use the bomber's ability to open up as many walls. You want to make sure that you are using the archers to kind of move in with everything alongside the bomber. You can let the giant go down to 1 HP and let his ability activate. I personally believe that this is the best way to get more out of it. Otherwise, once the cannon and any other defenses around there go down, you should have free reign to let the baby dragon go through and start clearing the builder hall and then other buildings. As long as you hold on to your baby dragons and of course make sure to get the firecracker, archer tower, and air bombs down, you should be safe to getting a 3 star considering you got the baby dragon and all the other defenses here are ground based. For the Builder Hall 5 challenge, you've got the cannon cart, so you're going to use the mortar mode to your advantage. Place it at the top and let it go for the builder hall. Use that in order to outrange the multi-mortar. You want to make sure that you are sending in the battle machine, the giant, and the bomber to go in for the air targeting defenses. So what you'll want to do is drop in your giant, battle machine, and the bomber. Try to angle the bomber so it opens up multiple walls with his ability. If some of the troops don't go in, like the battle machine, then that's completely fine. You might want to wait and hold on to his ability. Even though he won't hit multiple targets, the battle machine ability will get stronger, so I would heavily recommend that you do so. Using the cannon cart or mortar mode in this case will allow you to remove all the other remaining defenses, and this should allow you to drop in the baby dragon. If the air bombs are still up by the time you send in the baby dragon, you can always use his ability, which will allow it to get through, but you will still be able to get the 3 star with no issues at all. So this is just a good way. Just make sure that you are keeping an eye out on things, and of course, if you do fail, you always can restart. You have unlimited attempts. Now we move to the Builder Hall 6 challenge. We're going to use 2 giants on either side of the laboratory and the clock tower. 2 witches up by the torches on either side of those, and then use the archers to pick off the storages, the laboratory, and the clock tower. Everything should try to start and converge as the bats remove the archer towers, and this then allows you to have everything start moving in towards the roaster, which is exactly what you need. You want tankage on that roaster, so that way the night witches and the bats can more than easily use their bat swarm ability to move through and clear out multiple buildings. But as long as the multi-mortar goes down, everything is safe for a 3-star. Moving then into the second phase, we have a boxer giant that we can use. So we're going to use the boxer giant on one side with the battle machine on the other, with the 2 night witches right behind. Since this really doesn't have very many defenses, we don't have to worry all too much. And with that being said, the boxer giant is going to be able to tank long enough for the battle machine to not get targeted, and the night witches to continuously spawn bats and deal a lot of damage. Other than that, this is a super easy challenge. The phase 2 is so easy as long as you keep the night witches up, they are absolutely going to crush it. Even against all of those little zappies, you still have the battle machine ability that can deal a lot of damage to all of them, which is exactly what you want to do. You just want to make sure that you're able to take care of them and easily get the 3-star with the night witches. Now moving into Builder Hall 7, we have a drop minion, but not in the way that you expect. We're going to use a couple minions, about 3 minions, to remove the collector, gem mine, and barrack. The main idea is to go in directly towards the air bomb. We want to save a couple of those minions to help remove the air bombs, which is really good. With only 3 of them, this then allows us to use the drop ships on each of the crushers. This then allows us to use 2 minions right behind, and you can then just start to use minions on both the laboratory and the clock tower. Other than that, you can send in your battle machine wherever you feel like this is going to be necessary, and you can use more of your minions kind of around the base if you want. The goal, though, is to save the abilities of the dropship for the second phase, because you will need them. Notice, there was no roaster here. On phase 2, though, you want to make sure that you are using the battle machine to go in for the archer tower and the roaster. There are Teslas around Otto's outpost, so it's something to be aware of. Use one of the dropships and then just start spamming in your minions around this area and just start using your dropships kind of like you're using a drop minion army. Use your ability to deal a lot of damage on multiple targets and make sure that your minions are able to easily overwhelm that backside. You'll be able to more than easily get through all of the zappies and remove the cannon for an easy 6-star attack. Here at Builder Hall 8, we're going to be starting off with the use of a giant and a P.E.K.K.A. by the gem mine. On the other side, use a giant, P.E.K.K.A. and battle machine where the laboratory is. This should allow you to have the third P.E.K.K.A. that you have to go in on the right side of the base, alongside your very first P.E.K.K.A. in the army comp. Mainly, you want to make sure that you have basically 3 lanes kind of moving in, but otherwise, you want both of them to converge into the core where the crushers are at. Try to save onto your battle machine ability so it can deal damage to multiple targets, but you can also use one of your P.E.K.K.A.'s abilities here in order to take down the Mega Tesla, and then you want to use 2 barbarians on each Tesla on the back end to easily get the 3-star and have so many troops and multiple abilities left. Now this brings us up to phase 2, where you have the battle copter as your selected hero. We're going to use this on the right side where the gold mine is. This is going to allow us to snipe off structures. So what you'll want to do is just leave that be, let that remove other structures, including some of the ground-based defenses, then go ahead and use your 2 barbarians on each side to remove the battlecopter placement, and of course the healing hut. This then should allow you to send in the giants and the P.E.K.K.A.s towards Otto's outpost. This should allow you to remove the zappies, and the giants can tank for the roaster. You will have more than enough, including the ability of the battlecopter, to where you can then just start spreading your minions around and allowing yourself to pretty much get a very easy 3-star. Now for the Builder Hall 9 challenge, we have the Hog Gliders, but this is a relatively difficult challenge, so I'd recommend following along with me. Start with the P.E.K.K.A. Place it right by the wall, or else it's going to go towards one of the 2 collectors. Go ahead and then deploy the battle machine at the top part of the base. Then start to deploy the Hog Gliders. Make sure you use 2 on the double cannon, 2 on the Archer Tower, and 1 with the battle machine. This should allow you to pretty much create a bit of a solid funnel to move in. You want to make sure that you are using them in order to stun the Mega Tesla and keep the lava launcher distracted. This should allow you to have about 3 or more of the Hog Gliders still up. This then allows you to just have cleanup. Once you get to phase 2, you're going to start with the Battlecopter at the top of the base. So what you'll want to do is, once that double cannon goes down alongside the reinforcement camp and the army camp, then deploy a giant P.E.K.K.A. and use his ability whenever you feel like it's necessary, because then what you'll want to do is, once some of those buildings go down, start to deploy in your Hog Gliders. Send in the ones that have abilities first, because then you're going to be able to move through with some of your other remaining Hog Riders, and you're gonna be able to get through the rest of this. The giant cannon isn't as much of an issue, so this will allow you to more than easily get a very simple 6-star. Now we get to the illustrious Builder Hall 10, a pretty difficult Builder Hall with the Expo. However, there's a simple trick to help you 3-star the first half. You're gonna use the Electro-Fire Wizards on the Clock Tower and the Lab respectively on Electro mode. The chain is immense. You are able to remove so many key buildings, including the Expo, the Mega Tesla, and the Giant Cannon. This will allow you to then place in the P.E.K.K.A. and the Battle Machine on either side to protect your wizards. This also allows you to start moving in and save your giants for later on. You pretty much want to make sure that what you're doing is then switching them to Inferno mode to deal damage to multiple other things. The giants are going to be used to tank for the back end and have all of the damage from the cannons and archer towers on your giants. So that protects your battle machine, and of course it also protects your leftover electro fire wizard. And the baby dragon is just kind of there for cleanup, so it's really nice. You could even hold on to it if you would like, so you can use a full health baby dragon for the second phase. So for phase 2, start this off with the battle machine at the top part of the base where we have the rock formation and a little pond. The idea is we then want to use a giant to tank for said battle machine with our Electro Fire Wizard on Electro mode. The P.E.K.K.A. Giant on the other side, because this is going to establish a little bit of a funnel. Use an archer for the Battlecopter post alongside a baby dragon on the gold collector. What you'll want to make sure that what you're doing is just allowing your troops to kind of move through, and you want tankage on your Electro Fire Wizard. Use the baby dragon ability before it dies, and use the archers on the Teslas. Everything should converge really nicely to where you can also use your P.E.K.K.A.'s ability wherever, but the Electro Fire Wizard should be able to get some really nice chains, and you might even be able to swag a lot of abilities at the end of this. And that is how you beat every single challenge in the Builder Base Bonanza challenge. Make sure you guys check out this video as it might pique your interest. It's the best for you to check out.